Okay. Thank you. Gonna find out if surgery is an option for the varicocele situation that I have.
I'm very excited.
No.
About your appointment?
No, not at all.
Extremely excited.
I am for you. You've put so much effort into our family building journey. Why not me?
You've said, okay, that's funny because it depends on the day. Some days.
No, it's just because I'm running late. It's just
okay. Let's go. Let's get into it.
I'm running very late, and no, I'm not. I'm actually not running late. But I thought this appointment was tomorrow, an hour from now, and it's today, an hour from now. So here I go. This appointment is like a pre-op appointment to determine if they can schedule us before the end of the year, and if they can, then
how insurance works.
How insurance will work with it, and that whole shenanigan. So it's kind of like the detail fact-finding phase.
Good morning. Philip can fool you all he wants and say he's not sure if he wants to do this surgery, but it depends on the day. Because most days when I talk to Philip, he feels like, gosh, we should have already done this.
True.
This is easy, like straightforward answer if it would work. Because for some people it works. I do understand so many stories, it doesn't work. We understand that.
Here's the thing. This sounds awful.
Okay.
But if this can be covered by insurance,
Sure.
then it's more valuable to me to try.
Sure.
Does that make sense?
But at the same time, it's not an extremely invasive surgery.
No.
So what is the price? What's the
I
cost?
just had friends tell me stories of...
Okay, he has one friend that their incision site is still uncomfortable, and it's been a couple years.
That's a big issue.
I understand, but it's not in the scrotum area.
Okay.
The incision is at your bikini line.
Oh, fancy.
So I think it would be a lot more awful if that pain was coming from your,
Bikini line.
below your bikini line.
Well, can I at least do something manly today and return this so that I can fix and drill? I got the wrong drill, and I need to fix your fireplace.
Yes, Philip's
going to film a different video today.
Philip's going to fix the fireplace and mount the TV. Philip can give us a hard time. I say us, I mean, I feel like you often are on my team with our infertility growing journey, and Philip is a support, but he's not gung-ho excited about appointments. Let's just say that. He's fine with the idea of growing our family, let's keep going, no big deal. It's just the appointments that just are draining on him. And so every time we talk about even a transfer, he gets very overwhelmed. And I have to remind him, he is always remembering IVF egg retrieval, which is like every other day appointment, because you are doing a lot of intense things to your body. They are going to be monitoring you so close. And with a transfer, I was trying to remind him, it was like an appointment every week, which is a lot, but it wasn't every other day. So anyways, I think Philip's just scarred from many, many years of appointments. So he is gonna go in and see what the doctor has to say. And if we can schedule it, we are not, I don't know if you missed the end of our other videos. I kind of gave a little sneak peek at the end, but we are not doing our transfer until the new year. I just started my cycle a handful of days ago. And so right now we could be doing a transfer for this cycle, and it would technically fit before everyone comes for Christmas. The transfer would be after Thanksgiving. Like it worked, but it still felt very tight. And we are going to be going on a little vacation with my parents in December, and the idea of going on hikes and walking around after just freshly doing a transfer wasn't super settling for me. And so we decided, let's just wait until the new year. So we have 2 more cycles to wait, and then we'll start back up in January.
This purse is not where we hold the keys.
I gave you the keys. I grabbed the keys for you. They're in my pocket to give to you.
This was in your purse.
I understand that, but I was handing this to you. We have 2 sets of keys. One belongs in my purse.
Don't belong in your purse. Don't belong.
It belongs in my purse.
In your purse.
My gosh, you guys, I have been busting my bunzos cleaning our house the last handful of days. It feels so good. can't tell you. We started with getting majority of our garage kind of picked up, cleaned up. I have a girlfriend of mine. Our schedules are so crazy, and hers is even more crazy. And I'll share a little bit more about their family and the cool mission work they're doing and their nonprofit they started. Just so awesome. But I have a freezer full of breast milk for her that she's coming to get. So if you guys saw that video of me talking about all the different ways I'm gonna use my breast milk, I'm gonna keep a handful of milk to do some of those little experimental things, but majority of it is going to be going to her. But for those of you who are just stopping by because you don't even know who our family is and have seen, we're talking about male infertility, and that is 40% of infertility cases is male infertility. And so this could be a treatment option for a lot of you. So if you're brand new and I'm just chit-chatting about a bunch of things you don't really know what I'm talking about, we run a family blog channel. And so hi, we are Philip and Alex. And we have 3 amazing kids. And we love growing our family. And Philip's gonna go to an appointment seeing if our family journey could possibly get a little bit more on the natural side. Can I say that?
Yeah.
Okay, here you go.
I'd love to naturally make a boy.
Yeah, because your girl's sunglasses is rocking your face right now.
Is that what I'm wearing? It's all that I can find.
Okay.
It's literally all that I can find.
Don't be late.
Dad life.
You're gonna be late.
Bye. Let's go.
I know you've had a really bad day, but I'm right here, it's gonna be
You guys
okay.
heading into the appointment now. See what he says.
The world could fall down, it's gonna be okay. The sun could go out, we're gonna be okay. We're gonna be okay.
Alright then. Just like that, we're done. We're heading out. We'll check with you guys in a minute. Okay, great. And yeah, if we want to move forward, then they'll schedule it based off of that information.
Yep. Rest of your day.
Yes, ma'am. You too.
Thank you.
God bless you, my friend.
God bless you. Thank you.
You know, I'm not nervous about surgery. I'm more nervous about the costs associated with it if it doesn't work. Sometimes I can be a doubting Thomas. My value-driven mentality would say, if it's not going to work, then why try it? Or if it has this % of success rate, why try it? Online, I've read between 30 and 50% success rate would be the norm for it being able to reverse and then having those issues going forward. Male factor infertility wouldn't be as big of an issue, and you could possibly increase the likelihood of getting pregnant through natural methods, as well as helping, inside of like an IUI or an IVF, would also be obviously beneficial because the production factory is going to have less heat on it, and therefore when you take the varicocele veins out that are enlarging and they're growing as you go. You guys ever seen like how the nose or the ears are a great example? Like nose and ears continue to grow throughout your life. There's certain body parts that we have that kind of slow down, but nose and ears, they just kind of continue to grow at like a more rapid rate than kind of other parts of our bodies that decline once we get of like adult age. And so you'll see with elderly, like my grandfather had like really big ears at the end of his life, and that's just kind of part of it. The reality is veins can do that way as well. And so the doctor was telling me varicoceles are similar, in fact, because when you have like a vein, let's say on your leg, he said, we'll notice like a little bit of a vein in our 20s, and then in our 30s it kind of becomes a little darker on the exterior, and then in our 40s and our 50s you find more of them, and then when you turn 60, 70, 80, 90, like they're protruding. He said it's very similar like to the types of our bodies that you'll have small issues that will begin to form, to begin to show as you grow older. It isn't until that you are older that those issues from internal become external. And he said that's just a natural part of life. That's a natural part of growing. That's a natural part of living. It's a natural part of dying. And so that's why for so many, fertility has always been an issue of age. We've all said, and doctors have said, and we've talked about this for years, you have the better opportunity to grow your family when you're in the younger stages of your adulthood. For the moment, personally, in our case, it's more of a, okay, so we're still on the early side of 30s. So if we attack the varicocele issue now, if that's even a necessity, this potential surgery for us, we still don't know. I'm more on this, I would potentially do it, not a problem at all. I don't know how much it's going to cost. I don't know if we can get scheduled in time. The doctor said it would take 3 to 6 months, potentially after the surgery, for my body to then have a handful of healing cycles to even have natural pregnancy become a thing. But for his clinic, as he stated, I haven't seen the data, I've seen the pictures of the children in the office, but he says that 70% of his patients see a progressive motility come out of this surgery from a absent motility or a non-motility or a non-modal factory non-modal sperm. And so there's probably better language to speak of in that. There's probably better, more scientific terminology. That's what I know by experience only, not by medical study, as much as someone that would have gone through urology school or reproductive medicine. But I would say that at this moment, I am very interested to find out what our insurance would be able to take on in this and what would be out of pocket for us. If the out of pocket numbers for us match kind of what my initial thinking is of how much I'd be willing to spend on something that's not guaranteed, then I would probably move forward with it. If it's beyond that, then I think it's going to be prayerful consideration and a lot of conversation, because it's certainly not guaranteed. And I think that's where we deal with all of life's problems. This is not just a fertility issue, but so many times we have to make big decisions in life. Moving, what school to go to, how are we going to raise our family, how are we going to manage our jobs and our careers and all that stuff. So much of our major life decisions boil down to uncertainty and unknowns. And there are knowns, so there are unknowns, and then there are known unknowns, and then there are knowns. Okay, that sounds crazy, but like that's a fact of life. There are knowns. There are known things that you know if you go and do something, it will work, or it will turn into this. Then there are unknowns where you say, I don't know, it could be this or that. And then there are known unknowns where you have more of a certainty that there will be a lack of knowledge prior to getting into something or that information or that decision by making it. So there's unknowns, there's knowns, and then there's known unknowns. And I think in this situation, we just have an unknown. We just don't know if it will work and if it's worth it. I think I'm going to have to take off because I haven't heard back from Alex. And so that means I'm going to go grab some lunch. I'll grab a couple extra things for the family. I have to do a quick return in the city. And I've got to get back to a couple projects today. I'm still on this place where today, for this moment right now, I would love more children. I want more kids. It's hard. Child rearing and raising children is hard work. And I think that this is why we do live a life of prayer and research and conversation and community so that we can make the best decisions possible. Because what is the good of making a decision out of isolation and not without information? It's not very good. And you don't want that. You want to make your decisions out of good information, critical thinking, a lot of prayer, looking for peace, and with people that you love and with people that want to partner with you in your journey of life. And that's why we're here, because we want to partner with you. We'll take this moment in this transitionary period till we get to Alex and talk through her reactions, to just say, leave a comment down below where you guys are in your infertility stage and how we may be praying for you, and coming along your journey as well, whether you are searching and fighting for baby number one, whether you are done growing your family but you're there trying to be encouraged by us and learn how to be encouraging to others. I am grateful for you guys. I am grateful for your being part of this, and knowing that you're rooting us on, and that's an encouragement to us. And so thank you. We pray daily that we would be an encouragement, and that this whole thing would be less about us and more about what God is doing in us and through us, so that we could be a blessing to you, and so that you could know that you're not alone. And that goes back to the original vision and purpose and function of why we even started this YouTube channel. In fact, one of our guests that just came was a couple that we had sponsored their IVF, and we had kind of come alongside of them and helped them to a degree. We got to have them over, and we got to spend time with them and meet this precious child that we got to be a part of his journey. And there's nothing more impactful than being a part and sacrificing your time and resources so that someone else can have joy, so that someone else can discover their purpose and find God in a new and amazing way. And so that's what we do, and that's why we do it. And that's why these decisions are not light, and that's why these decisions are very important, and that's why these decisions are necessary to not just make them flippantly, but to make them critically, with all the information, with all the community, and with all the prayer. So here we go. I'm gonna go have some hot chicken from Nashville.